Greetings Libra, a warm welcome to you all. This is your September reading for 2019. Hey, thanks for joining me and thank you to any new subscribers as well. I will be using these 4 decks that you see in front of you. I have already shuffled them, but I'll give them a quick shuffle again just so that you can have some faith to know that there's nothing shonky going on. That's a bit weird. Anyhow, I also did some work beforehand, and each one of the zodiac signs came up with a little term or a phrase or a word to focus on for the month. And yours was, and I absolutely love this one word, it's called believe. So I'll say that again since I just kicked the tripod. Your word is believe. It's a really powerful word, and I think but it can be turned into belief as well, so self-belief, and believe in faith, believe in positivity, believe in things coming right, believe in changes, but probably most importantly, believe in yourself. So this is for Libra. What messages are for them for this month of September, and what is it to their most benefit to be heard for Libra? They don't want to shuffle any more than that, guys. So the first 2 decks are tarot and these 2 are oracle cards. Now September sees the change of seasons across the planet. We go from summer in the northern hemisphere to autumn, and in the southern hemisphere we go from winter to spring. We also have the equinox in September on the 23rd, that's equal day and night. We have that on March the 23rd as well. Now around these times of the year things can be a little bit turbulent, both weather-wise and also emotionally with people as well. The other celestial events occurring in September, it's a little bit quieter than it has been in the previous months of the year. We do have a Friday the 13th. The universal number for the month of September is the number 3, and the power day is the 9-9 day. So we have a full moon in Pisces, which could be quite emotional and watery. And Saturn goes direct as well, but celestially, in terms of the main planetary movement, that's all that's listed for September. What we have to kind of focus on and come to understand is that we are going through a time of great change on this planet. We have not seen these types of planetary involvements or lineups since 2,000 years ago, and none of us are 2,000 years old. At least I don't presume we are. So for most of us, what we are experiencing now in terms of shifts of all types, emotional, physical, mental and spiritual, are uncharted territory. So we experience that as humans, and we feel the conundrum and the uncertainty of change at all levels. I think a saying that we're in a period of flexibility, and someone's termed this, they've gone, it's a time of divine discontent, which is liberating us into new realities. Like we know there's something better out there, but we just can't see it totally yet because the concept and the understanding isn't there from our end. We're still moving into it. Some of the things that will come forth will be so unusual to us that we haven't even conceived in our minds how they can exist and how we can actually learn from them and deal with them. We are in times of unpredictability, of non-completion of events and cycles and continual change, and for a lot of the time we don't have solutions to these yet. So it's a time of flexibility and experimentation. What will become common for us is restoration, and you could basically say it's restoration of the soul as we make these changes. So I was about to shuffle again, and then I thought, well no, we have already shuffled. So I'm going to start with this card over here, which is a really nice one to begin with. It's the 3 of Cups. It is rejoice in celebration. What a wonderful card to start the month of September with. September for us here in New Zealand starts spring, and I think spring is one of my all-time favourite seasons. I get spring fever, literally. I go absolutely euphorically blissful. And when I see the weather changing and the spring flowers emerging and all the new life, and I just get it. So this is kind of what that card means to me. Feelings of happiness, euphoria, bliss, excitement, community, and get-togethers and celebrations. This card is known as the sisterhood card and can often refer to being with other females, sometimes family members, so sisters, mothers, aunties, grandmothers, cousins, that type of thing, and getting together and sharing some sort of really good, honourable friendship or soul support. It can be school reunions that you might be attending, or functions such as weddings or anniversaries or 21st parties or engagements, something along those lines as well. So it is a happy card that is connected to the heart chakra and to energies of love. Let's see what's within this one. Oh, look, we've got more heart energy. The Queen of Cups could very well be one of these women as well. So it feels as though women are in the air for September one way or another. And if you're a guy watching this, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm talking about new potential romantic partners, although it could for some of you, but it could be referring to this womanly love or the divine feminine, and that can be even within yourself too. So the feminine energies coming out and enacting with you, and you feeling the emotions of love and togetherness and embracing celebrations and enjoyment. She could be a family member who is involved somehow in this for some of you. She seems to be a little bit older. These ones seem a bit younger and this one seems a bit older. Perhaps she is the mother of these people or something along these lines, and this is this family energy in the background. For some of you, she could well be a new friend who turns up, and for some of you, of course, there is the potentiality of a new love interest. If it's not a person per se, and if these aren't people, then this is the energy of love and sociability and happiness and gregariousness and giving and support and nurture, all the wonderful things in life. The power animal has come out. Your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping with this situation. So for some of you, not everyone is into this whole spirit guide or angelic celestial helper situation or energies around them. But for those of you who understand this message, then you may very well have a new spirit guide coming in, and it might be an animal. It could well be a bigger animal, such as a larger mammal. This could come to you in dream times, or it might come to you through the thought processes, or it might even come to you physically. You might find yourself with a new animal, such as a horse or a sheep, or it could be a dog or a cat, or you might go to a place where you actually physically interact with some of these animals, and it could be outside, and they could somehow connect with you, and you might feel this amazing lightness of being, is perhaps what I'm trying to say. Anyhow, these are three really nice cards that seem to me to be connecting with the heart and with energies of love, or I don't think healing is the right word to say, but when we are in places of these type of elements or energies, we can often find that a heart may be healed when we are in the places where we are allowing emotional energy to be emanated from us or to be delivered to us. Let's see what this card over here has got to say, because these can be quite intense. I wouldn't generally use too many of them in a reading. Goddess of the shadows. What you perceive to be your dark side holds a hidden treasure. And you can see what I mean when I say these are quite intense cards. So this person standing there has the chakra points activated with what appears to be in the background a little bit of a snake coming up around her, which could very well be the activation of a sort of a kundalini rising, meaning this fire energy or fire belt of enthusiasm or connection to source or power or something that's coming through for you guys. This could be an initiation of a physical healing. So when it says your dark sides, it could be for some of you who have held things like addictions, whether this be like drug addictions or food addictions or addictions to behavior patterns or tendencies or emotions, or whether you have had relationships that have been out of balance and someone may have ill-treated you or you may have ill-treated them. All of these things might be accumulating now to be activated and to be released or to be rebalanced. I will read what the book says to you for this one here, the Goddess of the Shadows, because sometimes the words from the book are more powerful than what I can say. Realize that any perception or belief you have about yourself or others is actually a deception more than it is a perception. What you perceive to be your dark side or shadow self holds a hidden treasure. As humans, we rarely see the full picture in any situation because we are forever stuck in the illusion of good and bad. You judge your positive and negative qualities and strive to be more of what you perceive to be positive, while attempting to disown or neglect those aspects which you consider to be negative. By holding this belief, you fail to realize that all serves a purpose and that all benefits you in some way. Everything in our world is made up of positive and negative charges, which together make a whole. You have been guided to choose this card by your soul because you are ready to move to the next level of conscious awareness. Over the coming months, you will find yourself questioning many of your long-held beliefs, and you will realize that many of them are simply illusions that only serve to keep you feeling small, inadequate, or restricted. This card heralds the start of a wondrous and empowering period of your life, which brings to the surface many beautiful experiences and opportunities which in the past you never thought possible. And that is the awakening energy and the freeing up of something that has held you trapped down, kept you grounded or unbalanced. And again, this could be through the mind, sort of like through mental tension or through some sort of physical disability or disbelief or lack of energy flow from one chakra energy to the other. So a powerful card next to the power animal. So, as an air sign, you've had a lot of heart energy coming in, which I said before, and I kind of took it back when I said it. I didn't necessarily mean it was healing, but it could be for some of you. When we see all this coming through over here, this regaining of power or this attribute of power and this clearing that is coming through this card in particular, clearing away something that has been here for such a long time that you have been not flowing freely. There has been a blockage. Let's see what this one is over here. This card, the John Holland Psychic Tarot deck, let's see what this one is. Wow, this is number 13, which is the Death card, which is as big as this one over here. He calls it transformation, and there's the butterflies on the back of her back, if you like. The Death card comes to us when we are ready to walk through a new chapter of life and face these new beginnings, these new awakenings, this new power within us. So much can happen when you receive one of this major arcana, such as the Death. You are preparing to walk into the new you, this new reality, this new version, this new activated, energized you, a whole you, as opposed to a compartmentalized you. So there's a lot in here that talks about, you started off with such beautiful energies of love and connection and family support. Definitely there's family around one way or another, and friends. And then we moved into this kind of a different message over here, talking about this potentially new spirit guide coming in. And when you do receive a new spirit guide, you're often on the cusp of something very new. And this one here, the goddess of the shadows, was giving you this power of your own eternal soul power and moving into this transformation card as well. I'm finding that the readings for September are very, very intense for every sign, and that there is something much deeper in the meanings of the cards than just the month of September. So I think this takes you through far to the end of 2019 and even into the cusp of the 2020s. But whatever agenda it is that you're working with has been going on for a very long time, and that this death is a long time coming because of this card that arrived first. So for some of you, this has been decades. It may have even been longer. We could be talking past lives even, and there's this transformation coming. And I mentioned that the planetary lineup that we are now going through is something that none of us have experienced, but the changes are there, and there is nothing we can do to stop it or hide from it or pretend it's not happening. It's very, very much part of our journey and part of the growth. You know, more cups again, so you've had a lot of cups in real terms. The 4 follows the 3, but the 4 is a little more, not quite as happy and as bubbly as the 3. It's a little more arrogant in many ways. It looks at it as if to say, I've had such a great time and I've got these backings and friends behind me. Why would I need anything else? Or why should I, look at your offer? You're not going to offer me as much as I have experienced or have already. So there's 2 sides to this card. It's a little bit of a flippant energy. Sometimes it's about remembering to understand the love and the honour and the respect that we do have. And there are the 3 cups again, which is what we had to begin with in the reading. So this could play another part later in the month, or it could be very symbolic for you or very important, the message that came via this 3 of Cups and the people who were employed in this 3 of Cups. But somehow there might be more than this one offer coming to you, or there might be more than these 3 people involved in either wanting to share the love or experience it or be involved in it, and you're almost saying, no, I'm not interested. So this is about our attitude and how we respond to something that might be handed to us. Someone might be trying to offer like an apology, or an offer that you feel is not suitable, but it's always about listening and hearing what this particular card does actually have to say. So not turning your head away during the month of September at peace offers, perhaps, for some of you. Let's see what else we have. Earth Angel, we've had this out a lot in September as well. A lot of people are being initiated now. It says you are a light worker who's come to Earth to teach about love. So we're back in the realms of love again for you. The light worker vibration that's on the earth at the moment, and there are more and more people awakening to this message. This is the gift of working in the vibration of love. Love and light are the highest academies, if you like, that we can take our soul to. They're the highest learning points. They're the highest vessels of support. They are the highest places we can reside in. And when we are in love and or light, I know that sounds a bit trivial, but when we're in those places, we begin to become non-judgmental, and then energies like that fade away. We tend to be more accepting and more tolerant, and we go, yes, of course, I'm in the energy of love, so I will of course tolerate all that is offered or all that is around me, or I will support all of these energies. So you guys are really filled with this abundance and energy of love that is coming in. Wow. And this is the 9 of Cups, and you see how he verbalizes it or writes it. He says fulfillment of wishes. So that word that I said at the beginning for you, which was believe, have faith. Your wishes and dreams have the opportunity to come through, especially when you employ or deploy this energy of love and light. Then this is when your wishes and dreams and expectations and energies and desires and ambitions, they all start to elevate and they start to manifest into this reality. So this is turning into, from over here where we move out of kind of the swampy mire and the depths of something that's held you down or been unbalancing. And of course for Libra, you are the sign of the scales and you work best when things are balanced, right? But for anything that's been unbalanced at any point in your life, you are beginning to fire them up in the energies of love, and you will find that the manifestation of your dreams will start to begin to become a reality. And part of that is due to a transformation that takes place, a new birth, a new understanding, a new epoch. Yeah, these messages are very, very intense. Accelerated motion, this is swiftness. So some of this could become quite quick. And we notice that probably with this energy over here, with the snake rising, the snakes move very quickly. Kundalini energy can move very quickly. Clearances and blockages can be done so swiftly, just like this. They can come through the higher aspects of celestial involvement or attainment or understanding of high awareness through conscious connection or through collective conscious connection. This card can be about your passions and desires and creativity. So if any of you have had a block, like a mental block, which is kind of something that I had written about earlier, what I said, these months are a time to see where our blind spots are, and to see what new directions we can manifest, and that times can be unpredictable, just like a shooting star through the sky. So some of you might find this really period of intense creativity or passion or desire coming into your life as well, and it could make heightened awareness or create things that you weren't aware you were able to create before. Drive, excitement, dreams coming true, ideas coming forth, new opportunities. This can also be for your career, for jobs, for money. It can also represent travel, this card, and it can represent air travel. And remember, the number 8 is the karmic number of cycles and life returning. So different lifetimes over many lifetimes, and the cyclical pattern of never-ending soul journey, so sometimes karmic. The Page of Rods, very new inspiration, ideas, concepts, can be involving career, so it could be career opportunities, sometimes a new job opportunity, but most definitely ideas coming into the mind, just like flipping in and exciting. The Hanged Man means at a crossroads, which is exactly what the transformation or the death card means. You have reached a point, an epoch of time and evolution, where things will be changed at massive levels. So this is a very deep and personal revelation, and for any of you listening, it's your personal revelation that you're considering. I can't get into that in a general reading. It's just too extraneous, it's too deep, it's too far removed from what these cards actually are, because you go into the personal perspective. But the Hanged Man is also very intense and talks to us about being at this crossroad and having to make a decision. What do I do, and where do I go, and how do I do it? It can also be a card of timing events, meaning that time can be slowed up. Even though we've talked about accelerated motion for some of these things occurring, it could even be that the timing frame that you expect or want it to be is altered. Usually this Hanged Man means it's slowed down in time, and that there is a halt or a hold up of procedures, But because this one is here, the accelerated motion, something that you were expecting to happen in some months' time could begin now and catch you unawares. So I do think there's timing involved in September for you guys, and it might be timing about unexpected, timing coming in unexpected ways sooner than you perhaps thought. Or we could even go back to the traditional meaning, which means slower than you think. But for some of you, this is coming sooner. Clear yourself. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies you may have absorbed. Well, we've done a lot of clearing down here. So they're just balancing that out with a little bit more, just suggesting again, clear yourself, bring balance back into your life. So being the Librans, that's what you need, that's how you thrive. So balance will be a good thing. If you feel there has been any negativity around you, or people not treating you with respect or due diligence or appropriate behaviour, then do some clearing on yourself and also your homes. Clear where you live. Bring some sound bowls in, some sound meditation as I started your reading with. You can use saging as well. You can use crystal therapy or energy, or even just your own prayers can clear the energy out of a house or the energy off land. And I think we will stop with this one, but it is another major arcana again. This is number 21, the universe, which of course is the world card. I love his depiction of it. It shows us up in space where we finally go to acquire that penultimate understanding of life, of the universe, of energy, of what transpires, of our soul's journey, of completions, of cycles, of which is what the death card is. It's a completion of a cycle and the evolution of a new cycle. This card also talks about the 8th chakra, so above the head area up here, and the attainment of activating that, which is where we gain the highest form of knowledge, connection to collective conscious, to understanding source, to understanding light energies. This card can traditionally also mean travel again. So for some of you, travel is very much indicated in September. It might be for a long period of time, and it might be to a distant land. For some of you, it could well infer new jobs or moving overseas or immigrating. And for others of you, this is about the journey of life, the absolute exploration of something new and powerful beginning to bubble away in your soul that transforms your journey going forward. And when you look back in a few years at September in 2019, you will know that it was some sort of meeting point of the mind and soul that extrapolated you forward into this new awareness and new you. So wow, what a way to finish, Libra, with intense passion, energy, emotions, knowledge, beginnings, the death of the old, collective awareness and connection to the whole energy of the universe. This is a powerful, powerful reading, and I do believe that September must be heralding a certain vibration of energy as we move into the 2020s coming forward. So, wow, thank you again for tuning into me and listening to the channel. I love it when you leave your comments. I love reading them all, and I'm sure the community also enjoy hearing what you have to say as well, because that's part of the community support. So take care, everyone. Have a wonderful September ahead, and I wish you all the very, very best of unbelievable utopian connection to all that is, and much love, because there's plenty of love in this reading as well. Much love and light and new beginnings and awakenings. Thank you, everyone. Much love. Namaste.